Right now on Hoosier News Source, find out the right way to stay bundled up and healthy this winter.
And an inside look of the renovated dining options in Wells Library. Hoosier News Source starts now.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Hoosier News Source. I'm Tiara Brown.
And I'm Sierra Hignite. Well, the snow is finally melting away in Bloomington, but doctors say you still need to be cautious of dropping temperatures. The IU Health Center claims your hands, ears, and nose are the top things at risk for frostbite if not covered properly in this weather. Staying hydrated is also stressed by the physicians for the majority of students who do walk to class.
To avoid alcohol and smoking, because if someone's been drinking alcohol, they'll lose heat from the body more quickly because alcohol causes the blood vessels to become dilated. And then smoking constricts the blood vessels, and so the blood flow can't get to the fingers and toes as well.
If you start to feel itching, tingling, or a pins and needles sensation for an extended period of time in the cold, call your doctor because you could be in danger of frostbite. As temperatures drop, it's also important to keep an eye on all furry friends. Bloomington laws state an animal should never be left outside between the hours of 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. An animal should also never be tethered for more than 10 hours straight or 12 hours in one day. Bloomington Animal Care and Control says there aren't any specific laws pertaining to temperature. However, if you see anything that appears the shelter is inadequate, meaning a dog can't reach its bowl or their water appears frozen, you can call and they will do an animal care check. That number is 812-349-3492. If it's a pet emergency, Bloomington Police can help too, and they did just that Saturday evening. A BPD officer found a whimpering beagle in a yard on the 900 block of South Brighton Crest at approximately 11:45 p.m. After no response from the owner, the officer removed the dog's invisible collar and waited in its heated vehicle for animal control to take possession of the dog.
Indiana University's Vice Provost for Student Affairs and Dean of Students will be retiring on June 30th. Goldsmith is retiring after 35 years of working as a higher education administrator. The dean is responsible for a variety of programs and services to help students get the most out of their college experience. Goldsmith says he's proud he started and ended his career at Indiana University.
I think the interaction with colleagues and with students. So I have great colleagues here, both in student affairs and across the campus, and you develop just great working relationships, so I will miss that, and I'll miss the daily interaction with students.
Goldsmith is ready to enjoy more time with his wife and grandchildren after he officially retires. A broad-based search committee will identify candidates, and the provost will make the final decision on who will take over as IU Dean of Students. Construction is finishing up in the basement of the Wells Library, where RPS has launched a new food court that offers local and international cuisine. Hoosier News Source Andrew Biller has the story.
Previously home to a dim and outdated cafeteria, RPS has remodeled both the physical and business attributes of its new culinary endeavor, the Book Market Eatery. Construction has been underway for months here in the basement of the Wells Library, and students can finally reap the rewards in the form of a new international eatery, coffee, and ice cream shops. Because the eatery allows patrons to pay with iBucks as well as campus access, students can now try food from popular Bloomington restaurants without hurting their pocketbook. Opening a new restaurant does not come without certain challenges, according to head chef Darren Worth.
You have to train the whole staff. I mean, from the student staff to the full-time staff, you have to go through and train every one of them to do it the way the recipe states.
Despite these initial trials, the eatery has been a big hit with students so far.
I really like the teas and the different teas every single day. They have specialties and they write them on this little cute board.
One kiosk, The Traveler, offers international cuisine on a schedule that rotates weekly. Worth anticipates this menu will be successful with IU's multinational student body.
And I think that was our goal when we wrote all those menus, was to try to make it to where it was a taste of home.
While much of the Wells basement is still under construction, the Book Market Eatery is already becoming a haven for students to eat, work, and socialize. For IUS TV, this is Andrew Biller.
For students who wish to try Bloomington favorites like the chocolate mousse without traveling across town, the Wells Library is only a short walk from many campus buildings.
Leading Republican Party candidate Donald Trump had a guest make an appearance during a speaking event in Iowa. The guest was none other than his newest endorser, former vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin. Palin voiced her support for his campaign, calling him, quote, the next president of the United States. This came as somewhat of a surprise since Palin has been known to be a political ally with Senator Cruz. This endorsement comes just days before the state's caucus, which could shift the vote in Trump's favor if Iowa citizens don't react to the support in the same way social media has. Coming up, a ban on the newest trend on campus, hoverboards.
Plus, a new podcast series starts up at IU.
All of that and more coming up. Stay with us.
And it's an honor to be here.
After suffering a season-ending injury in late March,
as you can see behind me.
Welcome back. An IU Bloomington podcast series will launch January 24th. The Dean of the Media School, James Shanahan, will host the series and consist of upcoming interviews with a poet, trombonist, and the IU provost. Luckman Ruth, a senior in the Jacobs School of Music, is the music composer of the series and will be the IU News and Events reader for the first podcast. The podcast will be uploaded on the Media School's website and SoundCloud account. For more information can be found on mediaschool.indiana.edu. 5 teams have been selected as finalists for the IU Grand Challenges program. IU Grand Challenges program is a research program managed by IU Vice President of Research, Fred Kate, that allows faculty to submit proposals that benefit not only Indiana, but also the world, according to IU President Michael McRobbie. Final proposals will be submitted by the finalists in April, and McRobbie will announce the 1 or 2 winning teams that will be funded. The program will provide up to 30 new faculty positions for each funded proposal. Hoverboards have been added to the prohibited list at IU due to the recent fires. Indiana University's residential programs and services discussed with IU Office of Insurance, Loss Control, and Claims feel that the safety of all residents is a priority. RPS released a statement that students who received a hoverboard as a gift during the break are asked to not return with it. This decision upset some IU students due to receiving the board over break.
I got a brand new hoverboard for Christmas. Like before school started, I got an email from IU saying the hoverboard's banned. I was like, I paid $800 for this. Why can't I write it? And I was reading articles on the news saying like fire started.
Students are also upset at the ban due to the recent cold weather. The hoverboard has the ability to help students go to class and not wait in the cold for the bus. The hoverboards will not be allowed in residence halls, on-campus apartments, and residential dining halls. To get more information on the ban, visit the website at rps.indiana.edu.
Indiana University is welcoming Sigma Kappa sorority back to campus this spring. Sigma Kappas first came to IU in 1918, but left in 1924 due to low membership. The sorority plans to be housed within 3 to 5 years and to be competitive with the rest of the Greek community in terms of size, price, and experience. College women of all ages are eligible to be a colonized member.
You're able to kind of create an identity for your sorority. You're able to have all these amazing leadership experiences, and it's just amazing to say that you started something new and to come back in 10 years and to know that you were part of the founding class.
Interested women should go to lovesigmacappa.com to sign up for the personal visit with a leadership consultant. The sorority is hosting philanthropy and sisterhood nights for potential new members to learn about Sigma Kappa. With the recolonization of Sigma Kappa, IU will now have 23 of the 26 national Panhellenic sororities. It's been a big week for IU men's basketball as they gain back respect and pride from their supporters. Senior guard and star player Kevin Yogi Farrell was named Big Ten Player of the Week for the first time in his career after the team played against Illinois and Northwestern. Also, the team has now returned to national rankings. After falling off earlier this season, IU men's basketball is now ranked 19th in the NCAA Men's Basketball League. After a 12-game winning streak and now being 7-0 in the Big Ten, the men take on Wisconsin on the 26th at 7 p.m. to defend their winning streak. Well, that's all we have for you this week. For more campus and local news, visit our website at iustv.com.
And follow us on social media. You can like us on Facebook at IUSTV and follow us on Twitter at Hoosier NW Source.
From all of us here at IUSTV, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.